When you're in college, it can be difficult to keep up with your student life, extra expenses, and even school loan debts, especially if you have little time outside of classes to generate income and balance between your academics. If you're one of 1,000 of young people thinking of heading off for 3 or more years of study, you might want to start thinking about how you'll survive in campus or even pay for it. That includes checking how much student finance you'll receive, in particular for the maintenance loan. You should also think about whether you're going to need to get a part-time job to earn extra money for your other activities, savings, and leisure to simply make ends meet. There are ways in which students acquire some funds through the government, like student finances, which is the official government funding that pays for your university's tuition fees and helps with your living costs. Another form where students get funds from the government and other financial assistance is through bursaries, where students can apply for financial assistance directly from the university on top of any other student financing. But surprisingly, all this does not seem to solve the students' financial issues. That's why it mostly leads to side hustles or even hobbies that turn to side hustles. Even if you don't have much time outside of classes and studying, there are side jobs and hustles you can take on to earn more and at some point even define your life or even help you lead a better life in campus. They are known as side hustles, but more oftenly, they are not. They are lifelines for students and young people. The side hustle is a way to make money from a hobby or a skill and comes in many forms, from artwork to running a startup. They can provide relief for those under financial stress, but they can also leave students thinly stretched and struggling to balance between their side hustles and school. Catholic University student Prudence was already spending the main portion of her day on her laptop watching movies, documentaries, and tutorials. So she reasoned that taking up some work, and that's how she ended up doing hair and creative makeup. It started off as a hobby and later ended up to be a side hustle from school. So today, we're meeting with Prudence, and she's going to tell us how she balances between doing her side hustle, which is doing hair and creative makeup, and also doing balancing school, which is doing her assignments and being to school on time and doing all the exams and the cards. So, Prudent, welcome.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm also doing okay.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Our pleasure is all mine. Thank you for creating some time with for like we do this interview today.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
I know you're busy balancing school and work.
Sure, sure.
Like you told me, you've been having a lot of projects.
Yeah, yes, I have. I've been really, really busy,
Mm-hmm.
but I just decided to make some time for you. So, yeah, for this interview.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's nice.
yeah.
So I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Sure.
I'm doing a documentary on like how students are like balancing school and side hustles.
Mm-hmm.
Like what leads to all that, and like a lot of issues that you go through, the reasons. I know you understand what I'm trying to say, right?
For sure, for sure.
Okay, so like, for example, I'm just trying to ask you, like, what convinced you to settle for the hairdressing job while still in school?
Personally, it
Mm-hmm.
started as a hobby. I would say that
Yeah.
for sure, because like there's this time I used to go with some hairdos in school, and my friends used to be like, "Oh, you look nice." And like they started like asking me why I'm not in the hairdressing industry.
Yeah.
So I just started like slowly. It started as a hobby. I started making videos, homemade videos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I started getting clients as well. Let me just say, I started as a hair enthusiast.
Yeah.
And as time went by, I started becoming a professional hairstylist. Yeah, so I deal with wigs, I do braids, and all the other hairstyles. Most of the I can actually do most of the hairstyles. But yeah, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot to handle. Like as a student, understand. Like it's a lot. Like you can tell me like what are some of the reasons like you decided to do this. I'm still in school,
Yeah.
but I still need to do my shit. Like I know it's not only you. Like generally, I'm asking like you can speak for the other like students. Like what are some of the reasons like make you guys like do the part-time jobs and still focus in school? You can try and tell some of the reasons.
Yeah, sure. Well, we can say that the main because okay, the thing is I have actually interacted with a lot of creatives, a lot of hairstylists, yeah, so like other hairstylists, and also we can also talk about the makeup artist as well, or any other student out there who's just hustling. I'll use that term. You mostly it's usually because of how am I going to put this? Most people just want to be financially independent, or they're just trying to make that extra cash, because you know how the student life is, especially the campus life. You need to also get something.
Yeah.
You feel that drive of being independent. So I can say that is the first reason. Another reason could be passion. Sometimes you can find that you're not only passionate about the course that you're doing in campus. So yeah, you just find your hobby becoming like your passion. It becomes something that you like doing when you're free, when you're not in school. So yeah, I think those are the main reasons why most people out here, or let me say most students, feel the need to have a side hustle. Yeah, so I think that is my reason.
Yeah, that's nice. So, like that sounds like a lot to handle as a student. Like, where do you get all the time to like do all that, manage school, and still do your work, still like work with your clients, like make everybody win at the end of the day? How do you manage to do all that?
Personally, I am not going to lie to you. It really takes a lot of hard work and determination, and you also have to have like a lot of time management skills, because school is a lot as well. I mean, you are a campus student, so you know that like school can be a lot. Sometimes the pressure is too much, and that's why I was telling you, like, if you're not passionate about the side hustle that you're doing, it's really going to be difficult. Most people give up, but others end up winning. So yeah, I think that might probably be what you need to do to be that, and to balance school as well as your husband.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
So it's getting interesting, like as the conversation is going on, like it still looks like a lot of work to do, but then at some point it's a good thing, come to think of it, because like you've said, financial independence, like hobbies, like if it's what you love doing and you can get some extra money from it, and you can still balance your studies, I think it's a win-win situation for me. So the other question that like I can ask you is, what has been like your biggest accomplishment, like since you started working as a part-time hairdresser and makeup artist? Like your biggest achievement, like have you worked with someone like big, like have you done some big endorsement, have you worked with some, like you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so tell me.
Okay, I had this business partner, who was in Dubai, still is there. She was actually, let me just say, she was my, like, we had this makeup business going on, yeah. So we used to sell all sorts of makeup products, and that really helped me to like become a better makeup artist, because I had all the resources that I needed, and I could also make money, good money, with the business that I was doing. When it comes to the hair business, I've done a couple of endorsements with some hairlines, and some hair companies, where I just promote their brand while styling, using their hair products or their hair wigs, or just all that hair stuff. Yeah, and we find that when I do that, it promotes my pages, my social media pages, especially Instagram, and yeah, that really helps me to get clients.
The faster you work, the more you get paid. All the campus students that do part-time job, they say to me, they will get up at 5 in the morning and moderate until 9. That's when the East African time zone kicks in and most people are active. But working alongside school, it's always taking a toll because people aren't always overwhelmingly nice to students out there working their asses out. It actually has an impact on the students' academic work. They're sometimes exhausted and sometimes it feels like you're doing work towards your own life, but you have to earn money to eat and live. In a recent research I did called Campus Where the Hustle Begins, I found that 34% of those aged 16 to 24 have a money-making sideline of some sort. But while they show enterprise, these gigs can be symptomatic growing financial pressures. A national survey found that students' maintenance long falls short of average students' monthly living cost. 2/3 of students have a part-time job, while half of working students say their studies suffer as a result. In reality, student passion projects often aren't viable sources of income. That's why David Macharia got into the stand-up during his gap year and he joined the shoe business, where now he owns the fastest growing sneaker shop in Utawala. But Macharia says it was impossible to commit enough to the business and mention it's tough when you do other job to explain to clients why you can't work late on certain evenings because you have classes and assignments to do. Some of them have been very understanding, but others will just look at it in the wrong way. Meanwhile, some students are taking more extreme measures to make ends meet. A high percentage of respondents to the student survey say they pay their way with adult work up front. 8% say that they made money from gambling. It's not all the unexpected given the financial situation students are put in. Maintenance loans are means tested, meaning that the government expects parents to plug the gap, but most parents have no idea and their children are forced to desperate measures just to continue their studies. Some students find themselves resorting to illegal means like selling drugs when they realize their primary income cannot cover their rent, bills, council tax, or even their leisures. Even though you're doing a full-time degree or part-time, you can never count as a full-time student, so you don't get the full benefits that normal students do.
Yeah, glory to the D, to the Sean, for sure. Money from the seed to my account, for sure. Honey from the keys and the bricks, for sure. Money from the system to the streets, the more. Pay for the chilling in your crib, no dog. Diamond from my teeth to my Rolex, for sure. I got Glocks 1, 2, 3 and 4, for sure. 5, 6, 7, you don't want the woe, for sure. We gon' pull up, for sure. You ain't gonna talk no more, you ain't gonna yell my dog. I'm done gone, keeping rapping yo. I'm done wait for yo. I'm just chasing money bro, hustling every day. Probably get the cheddar yo. Caught up in the hallway, probably smoke the best with, probably tell the bitch, probably eat the most kids, cocaine with my most kids, rapping got the most kids, caught up in the moment, Cuban and my rollers, oh my gosh I'm flawless, oh my gin is flawless, I'ma keep it boneless, fuck it then I'm out there, oh my god I'm heartless, what's her name I'm clueless, tell her friends I'm rollers, I just play my music, now she out here modeless, acting like an old, lacking but she found blood, that pussy girl I told you, deep on now she ruthless, that coach just told me, don't know why she chose man, hidden in the bounce place, you got me with the Cubans, I hear her with my stick, Couple move the polish switch, couple shoot and call my bitch, couple shot I see the twitch, make a hand before the work. I'm just talking to the bay, on vacation by the bay. Take my bitch, proper runs and check my pay. When I'm live, pop my bitch, when I